Up to this point, we have been discussing how people learn languages. It's important to think about language acquisition because better knowledge of language learning processes will help us create effective teaching methods. Later in the module, we will focus on established teaching methods and pedagogical approaches. So in a way, this module is designed to equip you with effective teaching methods based on our understandings of the process of language learning. However, experienced teachers know it is rather naive to imagine that we could take prescribed or pre-designed teaching methods to every classroom and expect them to work smoothly. Most of you are seasoned teachers and you know we don't teach subjects, we teach humans. And humans are too complex for supposedly universal methods. Each teaching context is different from another simply because the humans in those contexts, their identities, the belief sets, the cultures, and the perceptions of education are different. When entering a classroom, effective teachers ask, who are these students? How old are they? What communities do they come from? What cultures do they come from? What home languages do they speak? What has motivated them or convinced them to be in this class? What are their expectations of your language course or program? What literate or intellectual activities do they usually engage with outside the classroom? Let's not forget that as language teachers, at some point in your career, you might have to teach groups of students who are facing different challenges in their everyday lives, or students who might have experienced different forms of trauma. You, for instance, might teach refugees and asylum seekers, immigrants, minoritized and racialized students, or vulnerable populations with financial problems. As a result, conversations about method should always include considerations about who the students are and where they come from. Effective teachers try to make sense of their students' identities and help them negotiate their identities by finding a way to incorporate the native literacies, out-of-school literacies, and mother tongues into the process of teaching and learning. This week, we will focus on learner factors that in different ways contribute to the formation of a student identity. Factors such as student's age, motivation, learning style, linguistic backgrounds, cultural practices, and so on. Please engage with this week's materials and post your thoughts and questions on our webpage.